Is it possible to get rich, wealthy, or even just make a really good wage if you didn't have a head start in life? 1000% yes, it is possible. So a common narrative in the Western world that predominantly comes from people who are on the left side of the political spectrum. You cannot make really good money. You can't earn 6 figures a year unless you had a head start in life. You had a family to help you out. You had a sizable chunk of inheritance money to help you get started. And this stupid narrative could not be further from the truth. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make money, even if you're starting from scratch. And I just want to show you this little clip. Listen to what this caller says to this woman who's a multi-millionaire. This basically summarizes how most people think about money and wealth, especially here in the UK.
You're telling me that I have done this on the back of being unfair to people?
I'm not saying that you should be destitute or you shouldn't have a level of luxury. I'm not trying to take away from the
nice,
but what I'm trying to say is that for people who don't have the networks, the connections, the family connections that help you get into
My family did not have family connections,
and the ability
Alex.
to set up those businesses. A lot of people want to set up businesses, but they can't because they don't know people, and they can't know people because they're stuck in social
networks. In business,
you create networks if your family can't give you a level of wealth to help you get
Alex,
there.
I moved out when I was...
People like this guy, right, are completely delusional. They have extremely limiting beliefs to how wealth works and how money creation works. And they think that if you're rich or you make a decent income, then someone has given you a head start in life. It's such a limiting belief, and having this perspective does not serve you in life whatsoever. And if this is you and you think like this guy, hopefully by the end of this video, you will think differently. Let's jump into the presentation. Right, here we go. How to get rich starting from zero, learning how to make money from scratch, even if you've got no job. So first off, who the fuck am I? Sean Jones, 16 years business experience, personal trainer, gym owner, online coach, brand creation mentor. So basically I just help people grow on social media and then monetize their audience. I've got some property. I've got 287,000 subscribers on YouTube. I also make digital products. I've built 3 6-figure companies. My main business is helping people make more money from my gym. And this channel that you're watching right now is my passion project. There's me as a PT. There's me as a gym owner. Here's me as a YouTuber. And here's me as an entrepreneur smoking a cigar in Marbella on a business mastermind. Just as a fun little picture to encapsulate the vision of success. And in this video, here's exactly what we're going to cover. First off, how to set your foundation for success. Number 2, is it possible to make money without already having money or without getting a lot of help from someone else? How I went from a low-skilled bartender to a successful business owner. Number 4, how to learn high-value skills. Number 5, how to monetize your skills, knowledge, and interests. And number 6, the power of social media marketing 101. Okay, first off, before we do anything, let's clean up your lifestyle and your habits. So if you're doing any of this on a regular basis, you need to stop it, because you're not going to become successful if you're drinking, smoking, partying, doing drugs, eating shit, being lazy, not working out, and doing endless doom scrolling. This is just a fact of life. Now, I'm not saying that you should never drink or never smoke or never party. I have a little drink from time to time, but it's all about moderation at the end of the day. If this stuff consumes your life, then you're not going to be successful. In the last 12 months alone, I've had countless calls with people between me 2 brands and businesses, me fitness coaching and my business coaching. And a common theme is I end up talking with people who are boozing every week or every day, or they smoke weed every single day. And this is the harsh reality. You're not going to go anywhere, lad. Being a weed smoker or regular drinker is killing your driving ambition. You might feel ambitious and you've got big dreams and big goals, but you will never execute on these goals because you're inherently lazy and you're chasing escapism all the time. But Joe Rogan smokes weed, Sean. But my mate drinks every day and he's got a business. Well, first off, you're not Joe Rogan, okay? And your mate who smokes and drinks every day and who's super successful is either secretly broke, lying, or the extreme exception to the rule. Most weed heads and drinkers get nowhere in life. This is a fact. This was me. I've been there myself. I uploaded this video onto my main channel. I quit smoking weed. Here's what happened. So weed and drink chips away at your soul slowly. So most drinkers and smokers who I know who have got goals eventually are confronted with the decision that they have to stop. The habit becomes destructive to the lifestyle at some point in time. Now, if you believe that you're different, then cool. Prove me wrong. Keep smoking and drinking and let's see where you are in 1 year. Cleaning up your lifestyle will give you room to think and energy to implement. So step 2, onto the practical stuff. Building wealth from nothing, or even just getting money when you haven't got any. So a common narrative we see being pushed by the left is the reason why people are rich is because they were given a head start in life, or they had someone to lend them money, or they come from money. This assumption is so false, and it's actually frustrating. And that's because 72 to 88% of all millionaires are self-made. So here's my example. I started with absolutely nothing, below average student. I only had 4 A to C's in my GCSEs, dropped out of my first college, cheated my way through the second college with low attendance. I dropped out of uni after the first year. I've only really had a few jobs, one in my uncle's gym on the weekend, and then I had 3 bartending jobs. Poor working class parents, raised by a single mother from the age of 12. My dad was never around after that, never got any money from him, never had a loan to start my business, never had an investor, no one showed me the way, I just figured it all out by myself. Here's me as a bartender. Between age 17 and 19, I was making £3.70 an hour, and if you combined me wage and me tips and me college EMA, I was making a total of £137 per week. So net, I was probably making about £90 a week. So how did I do it? How did I escape this rat race? How did I get to a 6-figure PT business, a 6-figure gym business, a multi-5-figure online business, and 6-figure YouTube business? This is the step-by-step blueprint right here. So everything we're about to go through, I want you to take it and apply it to your life. Right, so I started off as a glass collector for 1 year. I was making pennies, and then I leveraged that experience as a glass collector into becoming what's called a bar back for a few months. So this is where you stand behind the bar and you top up all the stations, the orange juice, the vodkas. So you're not really a bartender, you're a bartender's assistant. And then I leveraged that experience as a bar back into becoming a bartender. And then I leveraged that experience as a bartender into getting a higher paid bartending job, where I went to the Hilton Hotel and I saved all that money that I made from the Hilton to invest in a more valuable skill. So most people make the mistake of trying to take too big of a leap from where they're currently at to where they want to go. So going from being a bartender to being successful in the fitness industry was not an overnight thing. It was a process. I had a long-term goal, which I fixated on, and I created a plan to get there. The plan was simple: use whatever skills and income that I currently have to save as much money as possible so I can do my PT course, then I can find a job in a gym and I can get 20 clients paying me £200 per month. There was obviously struggles, but that was the plan. So the lesson is to use what you've got right now. Even if you've got nothing, start extremely small. Get a job in a supermarket, get a job bartending, be a cleaner, wash people's cars, do some gardening, something to just put some money in your pocket, but have a clear goal or at least a general idea of where you want to go eventually. So just because you're doing some gardening now or working in Tesco doesn't mean that that's going to be the rest of your life. See it as a means to an end. It's literally this simple, guys. Save your money, invest it in a new skill. Or an even easier option than that is use that job to pay your bills, and then in your spare time, learn a new skill online for free, and then eventually start your own side hustle business. You don't need money to make money, or you don't need a lot of it at least. Of course, you got to pay your bills. You know, I needed some money to invest in my PT course, but that's just called a qualification, guys. It was either do my PT course for 6 weeks or go to college for 2 years. I didn't have 2 years to waste. I was already 21, 22 years old. I needed speed, so I would rather have hustled my ass off, save as much money as I can, so I can get my PT course, so I can become a PT faster and get out my current situation faster. So here is the full blueprint for you. Okay, take notes, guys. And also, if you want me to help you with this directly and you want me to coach you to help you build your own business and make money online, then book in a call down below and let's have a chat. Right, so stage 1 is get cash flow fast. We're talking 0 to 2k per month, maybe even 4k per month. So you need something that pays quickly and doesn't require capital or qualifications. So one of the easiest ways to do this is a service-based skill. You learn a skill for free online, and then you sell that skill as a service, and then you get paid within days. So high demand services as a beginner that you can learn in 2 to 8 weeks. You can do short form video editing for creators, businesses who need editors. Content repurposing, so you can turn people's long form videos into short form reels and YouTube shorts. You can do video creation, so this is where you're literally a videographer. If you're in a job right now, put some money aside, buy a second-hand camera online for a couple £100, and then you go to businesses and you film their marketing content for them. You can do thumbnail design. There's huge demand and low competition, and it is fairly easy to learn how to make thumbnails. I show you exactly how to do it in my YouTube Growth Machine course, link down below. You can do basic social media management where the companies will send you all of their content and then you post their content and create captions for them and then share it on the stories or send it to all the followers or maybe do some boosted posts for them. You can do lead generation services, so you can manage people's emails for them and run marketing emails for companies. And especially with the power of ChatGPT these days, you don't even really have to do that much work. You can get ChatGPT to do all of the email automation for you. You can do sales appointment setting. So this is a very high income beginner job. So I have someone who's in my DMs and who's in my gym Instagram account's DMs. And for every sale that I make, they get a commission. So why do these easy to set up businesses work? Because first off, there's no qualifications required, no capital needed. Clients just care about results, not your CV. The demand massively outweighs the supply, and you can start earning money within 30 days. And the income potential can be anywhere up to £8,000 a month. You can even make £500 to £1,000 per month. And on top of what you're already making, that's pretty decent. And my example and case study for stage one is I was bartending in the club on minimum wage. So I got a job in the Hilton Hotel and I was doing more hours. They were like 10, 12-hour shifts. The tips were a little bit better. So I saved the wages and my tips and I kept my expenses low and I just saved up money so then I could pay for my PT course. Right now, stage two, you want to get a higher value skill. So this is over a 3 to 12 month period. So once you've got some money coming in, you use that money to level up. So the goal is to build a skill the companies and clients happily will pay you £1,000 to £5,000 per month for. And these are the highest return of investment skills for people without traditional qualifications. So you can do sales, remote closing, and appointment setting. You can do digital marketing for people, so you can help them run their Meta ads or the Google ads, make funnels for them, do the email marketing for them. Copywriting, so you can write people's ads. You can do all the copy for someone's landing page or the website. You can build a social media marketing agency, or if you want more physical work, you can go into a trade. So you can become a plumbing assistant and then eventually become a plumber, or you can become an electrician assistant, a solar panel installer, an electric vehicle charger installer. And many trades start around 30k and move up to like 50, 80k per year. And my case study for this, my example is I took the wages that I saved from the Hilton Hotel. I paid for my PT course, which was £3,500 for 6 weeks. I paid it in installments. And then I was fully qualified to go self-employed. And then I built up to £7,500 per month, one-on-one personal training. And then I was making £800 per month from online coaching. So I was running a 6-figure per year personal training business. But it all started with me working in a bar and saving up to do my PT qualification. You take the money that you've got now and then you use that to get a higher value skill, and then you monetize that higher value skill. And then stage 3, you want to build leverage now. So this is where once you've got a bit of skill and you've got some income, you escape the sell time for money trap. And this is how normal people become wealthy, or they make more money per hour. So you want to turn your skill into a business. So rather than just being a video editor, you become a video editing agency. I know a lad who does this in Dubai. I think he was 17, 18 years old at the time, and he was making 10k per month. So basically, he was just a guy who had a bunch of video editors underneath him, and he did all the marketing and found all of the work for his video editors. And then he's taken the majority of the chunk of the sale and then just given the video editors who were doing the work a commission. And then if you're a DM setter, so you're DMing companies trying to get them sales, you can eventually become a sales agency where you have a whole sales team beneath you, or you go from a graphics designer into a branding studio. And then the second step is you build an audience, a TikTok account, a YouTube channel, an Instagram page, and have a newsletter. And even a small audience of 2 to 10,000 followers can generate £5,000, even £10,000 per month. I know some people with 5,000 followers who are doing 20k per month. It's crazy. And then you can also create digital products once you have an audience. So courses, guides, templates, memberships, training programs. It's exactly what I did, because the profit margins on digital products are so much higher than selling your time for your money or selling physical products. So how I did this, and my case study was, I took my 4-year PT experience, I saved some of that money to open my own gym, and I literally started with £3,000 in my account, and that was the deposit for the lease for the building. And then what I did is I leveraged all my results that I got with my one-on-one clients, marketed those results to sign up members to my gym, and then all of my PT mates that I'd met met over those 4 or 5 years. I just let them all know that I was opening up a gym, and they all wanted to come into my gym. So I got 10 self-employed PTs straight into my gym from day one, paying me £500 per month. And then I took the gym profits and I reinvested them all back into the business, and then eventually grew to 120 members paying £127 per month and 20 PTs. We're now at 25 PTs. So there you go. But once again, it all started with me being a bartender, getting me PT course, standing on the gym floor, putting in the hours, and then eventually getting a gym, and then eventually building it up. And then the next level is I took all that experience and I started online coaching and selling digital products. I created content, I scaled to 62,000 TikTok followers, and I sold training programs and online coaching, and I was doing 5k per month pretty easily on autopilot. And then the next level after that is I leveraged my experience in fitness and fighting to start a YouTube channel. I uploaded consistent videos, sold training programs and online coaching whilst I was growing, and I wasn't really making much money from YouTube itself. And then I eventually started hitting 10k months solely from ad revenue on YouTube. And then the next level is I leveraged all of my combined business experience making money from brick and mortar and online coaching and social media, and I started the Grow with Jones YouTube channel and brand. And now I pretty much help people do the same. I help people make money online, whether it's building a YouTube channel or building the personal brand and the social media presence and selling coaching or services of some sort. And then ultimately, to actually build wealth, this is the final stage pretty much. You want to max out your stocks. You want to build a second online business once the other business is automated. This should say build a property portfolio through your business profits, which you have done. Invest in a pension for tax benefits. Acquire small cash flowing business. That's my next step. Use your income to buy assets, not liabilities. An example of a liability would be a car. And this is how the average person goes from 0 to 100k to 500k to 1 million without a degree. And my case study for this is right here. I've invested in property, currently buying more property, maxed out my stocks and shares, ISAs every year, got crypto investments, premium bonds, pension, automated one of my companies. So this is the winning path summary right here. Learn a monetizable skill in 30 days. Start doing freelancing work immediately. You can get jobs on Upwork, Fiverr.com, just general DM outreach, Instagram DMs, TikTok, content creation. You want to build a client base and scale to £3,000 to £8,000 per month. Let's keep it realistic. Even if we say build to £1,000 to £2,000 per month, that puts you in a really good position to then make better decisions on what to do with your normal job, your 9 to 5. You want to build an audience around what you're learning and what you're teaching, and then you eventually start your own proper business, or you sell digital products, and the extra money that you make every month, you just invest, whether it's in yourself or in stocks or crypto or whatever it might be. And then within 2 to 5 years, you're making more than what most people do with degrees. Going from a bartender to multi-business owner is not an overnight process. The process started when I was 17. I'm now 37. This is 20 years of trying, failing, succeeding, failing again, changing my path, failing, then succeeding again. Every move you make must be calculated and purposeful. You don't just accidentally land on your feet or become wealthy or start making a lot of money. You can look for other jobs that are now going to pay you an extra $3,000, $4,000 a year, but it's barely going to touch the sides, especially in this economy. You want to be figuring out how you can make an extra $1,000 a month, $2,000, $3,000 a month. That's where you're going to really notice that difference. But here's the thing, it shouldn't take you 20 years like it did with me. The internet was a very basic place 20 years ago. There was no real blueprint for business unless you had a personal mentor or you had a network, which I didn't have back then. So if I was starting from scratch at 17 right now, I'd be 10 times as successful and richer than I currently am. And here's the thing, guys, you have all the resources available to you. There are no excuses for you in this day and age. See, I'm just a normal lad who doesn't stop grafting so I can give my family an amazing life. Good spelling there, Sean. And so I can live life on my terms. Now here's a little bonus one for you. Here's the laziest way to monetize your skills and interests. I talk about it in every single video I do on this channel. It's YouTube. You start a channel about your interests, skills, your knowledge. Upload 3 to 7 videos per week in your spare time. YouTube shorts don't count. Absolute waste of time. Just 1 to 2 hours per night. No real initial investment or setup cost. You can do it from your home, your office, your bedroom. And that's exactly what I did. And I'm currently on 288,000 subscribers. And if you want to learn exactly how to do this and copy my exact strategy and framework, you can get the YouTube Growth Machine down below, link in the description. It's a step-by-step system on how to start a channel, get monetized fast, make £1,000 to £3,000 per month, and scale your channel to 100,000 subscribers. This is just the introduction module from the course. This isn't the entire course. There's 58 videos in there, and I'm adding new videos pretty much every single week. And the course is just £297. Guys, there's people out there who charge $8,000 for their YouTube courses. It's ridiculous. It's so overinflated. Mine's just £297, and I will happily put my course up against any any of these other course creators in terms of the quality of the information in there. Or if you'd like to speak about growing or starting your business and your personal brands, then book a call with me below. The link is in the description. So that's it, guys. You don't need money to make money. You just need to take the approach that we've outlined in this video. I will say this, if you don't want to get a new job, you don't want to go and get a new qualification, you haven't really got much time, then just purchase the YouTube Growth Machine course, start a YouTube channel, and then just follow everything that I outline in that course, and you'll be able to make money on YouTube within a matter of months. So yeah, link below. I'll see you on the next one.